Eala's Linz run ends after late collapse against Ostapenko. Eala surrendered a 5-1 second set lead to lose 6-4, 7-5 against Jelena Ostapenko. The victory advances Ostapenko to the Linz Open quarterfinals, where she will face Elena Gabriela Ruse. Eala now pivots to the Stuttgart Open, having secured a main draw spot following a late withdrawal to Linz, AZAT-TV. The promising ascent of Eala at the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open came to a premature halt on Wednesday, as she fell to fourth. Seeded Jelena Ostapenko in a grueling second-round encounter. Despite asserting early dominance in the second set, Eala was unable to sustain her lead, eventually dropping the match 6-4, 7-5, extending her recent trend of early exits on clay surfaces. The match appeared to be shifting in the teenager's favor when she surged to a 5-1 lead in the second set, threatening to force a decider against the seasoned Latvian. However, the momentum shifted dramatically as Ostapenko, known for her volatile on-court temperament and high-risk shot-making, utilized the energy of the crowd to fuel a remarkable comeback. Eala failed to capitalize on multiple opportunities to close out the set, allowing the 2024 Linz champion to reel off 6 consecutive games and clinch the victory in straight sets. Ostapenko's tactical resilience. Speaking to the crowd following the match, Ostapenko acknowledged the difficulty of the draw, noting that she had anticipated a demanding challenge against the Filipina talent. The Latvian veteran, who has previously faced Eala on the WTA Tour, credited her ability to remain composed under pressure as the catalyst for her turnaround. Reuters reported that Ostapenko specifically emphasized her internal monologue during the second set, choosing to fight for every point rather than conceding the set to prepare for a third. Stakes for the season ahead for Eala. The defeat represents a missed opportunity to climb the WTA rankings further. Though she secured 60 ranking points and €15,690 in prize money for her efforts. The focus now shifts to the Stuttgart Open, where Eala has secured a spot in the main draw following the withdrawal of Qin Wenjing. As she transitions to the German clay, the pressure remains on Eala to translate her potential into sustained success against top-tier competition, a challenge that remains the primary hurdle in her development into the upper echelons of professional tennis. The lights in Linz felt brighter than usual that night, or maybe it was just the moment growing larger with every passing point. Eala stood on the baseline, bouncing the ball with a rhythm she had trusted since childhood. Across the net was Jelena Ostapenko, a storm disguised as a player, known for turning matches into chaos with a single swing. For most of the match, Eala had done something remarkable. She had quieted the storm. Her footwork was precise, her mind composed, her shots threaded through the court with a maturity that made the crowd lean forward in disbelief. This wasn't just a promising young player anymore. This was someone building a moment, point by point, into something unforgettable. She had the lead. She had the rhythm. She had belief. And belief in tennis can feel like gravity. It holds everything together until, suddenly, it doesn't. Ostapenko shifted first, not dramatically. Not in a way that screamed warning. Just a slight tightening of focus, a fraction more power behind each return, a sharper angle here, a riskier line there. The kind of changes that don't look like much until they change everything. Eala noticed it, of course. Players always do. But noticing and stopping are two different things. The next game slipped, then another. The scoreboard, once a comforting ally, began to flicker with uncertainty. Still, Eala fought. That was never in question. She chased down impossible balls, stretched rallies beyond their natural ending, and forced Ostapenko to earn every inch. But momentum is a strange force. It doesn't just move forward, it pulls. And now it was pulling against her. The crowd felt it too. The quiet tension. The almost there-ness of it all, because this wasn't just about winning anymore. It was about holding on. There's a moment in every close match where time starts to feel different. Points stretch longer. Decisions feel heavier. Even the space between serves seems filled with something unspoken. Eala stepped up to serve. She bounced the ball once. Twice. Inhale. Somewhere deep inside, she knew this was the moment. Not just in the match, but in her journey. The kind of moment that doesn't show up in statistics, but shapes everything that comes after. Across the net, Ostapenko waited. Not patiently, but purposefully. She had been here before. She knew what late match pressure could do. More importantly, she knew how to use it. The serve went in, the rally began, and just like that, control slipped again, but a forehand drifted a little too long. A return came back a little too fast. A decision made half a second too late. Tiny margins, massive consequences, game gone. From the outside, people would call it a collapse. That word would travel faster than the details. It always does, but inside the match, it didn't feel like a collapse. It felt like a fight that slowly tilted out of reach, because Eala didn't stop playing well. Ostapenko simply started playing better, sharper, braver, louder in her intent. And sometimes, at this level, that's all it takes. When the final point ended, there was no dramatic fall, no visible unraveling, just stillness. Eala stood there for a second longer than usual, racket in hand, eyes steady. Not searching for excuses, not hiding from the moment, just taking it in. Losses like this don't shout, they linger. She walked to the net, met Ostapenko with quiet respect, and turned toward her chair. The applause followed, not thunderous, not pitying, but appreciative. Because the crowd had seen something real. They had seen a player come close, and more importantly, they had seen why she would come close again. Later, when the lights dimmed and the noise faded, the match would replay itself in fragments. A missed opportunity here. A shift in momentum there. A handful of points that could have rewritten the ending, but tennis doesn't work in rewrites. It works in accumulation. Every match, every pressure point, every late-set battle, it all builds something beneath the surface. Something invisible until the next time you're standing on that same baseline, facing that same kind of moment, and there will be a next time. For Eala, this wasn't the end of ARU end, it was the sharpening of one, because what she showed in Linz wasn't just skill, it was readiness. The ability to stand toe-to-toe with a player like Yelena Ostapenko and control large stretches of the match. The composure to lead. The courage to believe she belonged there. Those things don't disappear because of a final score. They grow somewhere not too far in. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and press the bell icon next to it.